Hello everyone. In this tutorial we will learn how to create and apply textures, and we'll learn different techniques of texture mapping and how to create perforated and transparent textures. Now you can download all the source files from the Patreon page, and it is going to be for free for the next 6 months. Okay, now let's talk about textures and texture mapping. So I'm gonna switch to the default layer for now. And let's come here maybe, and let's create a box with any dimensions, and let's switch to the render mode. So as we said before, you can apply the texture by layer, or you can apply the texture by object. So if I selected this box and go to the properties, and here in the materials, I can choose any material I want. And if you want to create a new material, you can click on this plus icon and choose custom. And let's rename it maybe bricks 2. You can give it a color, or you can give it an image for the texture. So if I want to choose a brick texture, so I have some textures here that I already downloaded. I will come here to the bricks, to view large icons. Let's choose maybe this one. Okay, so as you can see, the textures have been applied to the object. Now the color is not important. However, if I change the transparency to maybe 70%, this color is going to affect the texture, but I'm going to leave it to 100 for now. But now the next thing that we want to do is to adjust the texture mapping. So to adjust the texture mapping, also is the properties, we can come here to the texture mapping. There are a lot of different texture mapping methods, but for something like this, we can just use the box. By default, it is set to surface. So I'm going to choose apply box mapping. I'm going to choose here 3 point, and let's set the dimension of the texture. So maybe 2 by 2 by 2, and then right click. So the texture have been repeated with this dimension. If we want to change it, we can select the object and came here and choose show mapping. So here is a box that we just created. We can start scaling it. As you can see, when I scale it, the texture is scale 2. Press Ctrl Z. You can hold Shift and increase its size. You can even select it and choose scale 3D and snap to this vertex and this vertex, and type the length that you want, maybe 7 meters. And you can scale it with different proportions. You can move it, and so on. So this is the first method of mapping, which is box mapping. I want to show you something in the surface mapping. So I will create maybe a line here. Let's choose copy, click the copy here, and let's come here and choose always record history. I'm going to select all these curves, rebuild them, set the points maybe 6. And let's create a loft. So we create a loft between all of them. Let's switch to the render mode, select the surface, and let's go to the object properties and choose plus icon, custom material. Let's choose maybe cladding or maybe tile. No, let's set it to cladding. See, metal cladding, 4. Let's come here and add a texture. Most of this texture, I downloaded them from SketchUp Club. And let's maybe add this texture, for example, or maybe this one. It's okay. So I'll show something here now. So if I selected this curve, and now the type of mapping is, if we came here in the texture mapping, it is set to surface mapping, which is this one. If I change this curve, move it maybe something like this, as you can see, the UV of this, if we switch to a wireframe, the UV of this surface, if let's increase the density, the UV of this surface has been changed, and its directions are like this, and the textures are following the UV of this surface. As you can see, as I change the switch it to the object discipline, move it, as I keep changing this this curve, and if we change this one too, the textures are always following the UV of the surface, and this is very useful, by the way. But it is not repeated. It is only one. The texture is only repeated one time. I'm going to hide maybe the ISO curves for now. You can come to the texture mapping and came here in the repeat. Let's set it to 2 maybe, for example, and this maybe 2 also. You can set this to 4, this to 3, and so on. You can also rotate it from here, maybe 45 degree. Okay, not this direction, maybe 5. Yeah, okay. As you can see, we can rotate the textures, maybe 90 degree, 0. There is another way to change the texture position. So if I select the surface and came here to the UV editor to open this, and we can, if I move this, as you can see, the texture is moving. If I move it like this, if I scale it, the texture is going to be scaled too. This is another useful way to edit the texture mapping. Let's close this for now. So there are a lot of other types of texture mapping, like the sphere, cylinder, and so on. But the 2 types of mappings that we are usually use a lot are the box and the surface. And there is another type of applying texture mapping. So I'm going to copy this one, and let's create another texture. I'm going to delete the mapping here. So I'm going to delete the mapping of this part of this object. So I delete already the map. You can apply a texture mapping inside the texture itself. So if I came here to these textures, and you can click here and came here, instead of in the mapping, instead of setting it to the mapping channel, we can use WCS or OCS box style. So now any object with this material will have a box mapping, and we can adjust its size. So let's set the size maybe to 3 or maybe 4. So any object, despite its shape or its mapping channel, is going to have a box style mapping. Let's delete it, and let's I'm going to show you. So if I created anything, maybe another box, and what is the name of this texture? Bricks. If I choose the same textures, bricks 2, as you can see in the mapping, it has surface mapping. However, the mapping is following the mapping inside the texture itself. But there is a problem with this one. If we select this object and maybe rotate it like this, as you can see, the mapping is still as it is. It is box following the world coordinate, not the object. So let's press Ctrl Z for now. There is a command called apply OCS mapping. This OCS refers to object coordinate mapping. So if I select it and let's set it maybe here like this. Now if I rotated this object, as you can see, the mapping have been rotated with the object itself. So okay, yeah, these are the commonly used types of mapping. If we switch to the render, for example, here I used surface mapping, and here I used box mapping. And yeah, that's it for the texture mapping. I want to talk a little bit about the settings that you can use inside the texture itself. So here, for example, let's game this object and go to the textures. I'm going to delete this texture from now, and let's set to this to another color. If you loaded here a PNG texture, so let's come here I have these perforated metal textures. If I loaded a PNG texture like this, as you can see, it has been converted into like a perforated box. You can adjust also the mapping channel. Take it maybe here and shows the size, maybe 5, maybe 10. And you can play with the glossiness and the reflectivity to have some kind of reflective object. And if you are going to create a glass panel or something, you can also add transparency. So let's create maybe another metal, name it glass 33, and give it maybe some kind of blue tint and increase the transparency. So as you can see, it became something like this, transparent. Increase the glossiness and the reflectivity. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching and see you later.